What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning into the show. I want to welcome you to the first official sponsor, Let's Resin Supplies. They literally have a whole bunch of stuff on their website, but I will share that with you in the future video. But today we're going to focus on the paint line that they sent me, and it is actually more enticing than it looks. There's a whole bunch of neon colors, cool metallic colors, all this stuff. And I was like, what the heck do I do? What do I do with this stuff? Well, let's put it on a Mustang. I couldn't think of any other real good ideas, so I figured, you know what, Mustangs are Reno Air Racers. I'm gonna build my own Reno Air Racer out of this Tamiya Mustang, and I'm just gonna have some fun modeling. Enough of the silver, enough of the olive drab. Let's go in and have some real fun with this. So they send you some primer, some thinner. Everything is included in this kit, and it's literally only $50 worth of paint, and you get like 20 colors. It's crazy. So we're gonna try out a bunch of these colors and just make this Mustang as pretty as possible. I tried out the gray just to see how it was spraying, tried out the primer, and this sprays better than Vallejo. It covers better than Vallejo. I was so surprised. This only took 2 coats to cover this yellow. So I will be using their yellow in the future. And I do have to say, they did not tell me to say anything positive or negative about their paints. They literally just sent me it. They said, do what you want with it, and this is what I'm going for. So for the interior, I decided to go with a motocross theme, because I love motocross colors. I'm a mountain biker. I have mountain biking clothes that are motocross colors. So I just decided to try to mimic that in the interior and exterior. So I chose a bunch of different bikes to go ahead and paint and do the color scheme of it. So I wanted the interior to represent that pink, yellow, and green type of look, and plus the blue, a little bit of blue in there. And I just had fun with this, dude. They said to focus on airbrushing with it, so we are going to focus on airbrushing with it, but I did want to show you guys that this paint is really good to paint with as well. And also it's thinned out perfectly, so you can do 2 coats and not have it really chunky like Vallejo in 1 coat. So you don't have to thin it out at all if you're brush painting it. You can just put it on and do a couple coats of it, and it covers really, really nicely. Hey guys, if you want to get this Let's Resin airbrush paint, go in the description below, and there's a link straight to Amazon where you can order it today. This is really, really nice paint. I highly recommend it, and I had a really fun time building this Mustang. So definitely go ahead and pick up your own box today. But I also want to propose another idea, maybe a challenge. Pick up your box today, and then after you build your crazy colored Mustang, Bearcat, anything that you could think of, send me an email at resurrectionmodeler@gmail.com, and I can view all your guys' work, and I'll conversate you through email. Go ahead and do that. This is just a fun community challenge I'm putting together just to kind of further our communication, because I can't directly message you on YouTube. So go ahead, pick up some paint for yourself, and let's get back to building. This is exactly the thinness that I would want my paint if I were to be painting interiors and stuff. So the next colors that I'm going with the seat, it was that purple bike, and I'm just following this 80s type of coloring scheme with the pink, the blue, and the purple. I just love it so much. It looks really pleasing to the eye, and if I were to do my own Reno Air Racer, it'd probably be close to this. Now, I did use their olive drab, and it has a really nice sheen. I did like it. So it's definitely something to consider. If you have a bunch of airplane shirts like me and want some more airplane shirts like me, definitely go into the shop below, the YouTube shop, and grab yourself a ResMod t-shirts. I have a bunch of different styles. Up some ResMod t-shirts today. There's a whole bunch of different colors, different kinds. We even have sweatshirts, crew necks, t-shirts, anything you could possibly think of. We have a few different lines. We have the Resurrection Modeler line in a few different colors, and we also have the Dream Build line, which I love. That's my personal favorite. We all dream it and we build it. That's what we do here. We resurrect things together. And please pick up some merch for yourself. Make it messy so you don't mess up the clothes that your wife bought you and then she's mad. And build some airplanes, dude. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Another way you can support it is actually watch the video all the way through, so until you see the actual product at the end, so you're able to see the airplane that I built. And that just helps the algorithm out so much. Thank you guys. Let's get back to building. I did do some weathering in here. I wanted to use some oils on this paint to see how it would interact. And this stuff interacts better than Vallejo and also Tamiya paints. It did not come off at all when scrubbing and rubbing with the oil paints. Sometimes that happens with AK stuff. Don't know why, but I chose to do this on that blue Panzer color on everything, just to kind of solidify that somebody is farting in there. So now I can just go on with the basic build stuff and get on to doing the stripes and some cool color scheme ideas. The basic construction of this model kit is fairly simple. Everything fits in literally exactly perfect as long as you trim the parts correctly, and then you can go on and prime. And now I am using their primer, but I did want to use a more hardcore primer because I'm going to be using a lot of tape. So I used Alclad lacquer primer and then went ahead and painted this green color, which turned out really cool. This is an iridescent green color, and that is an iridescent orange. And to get the orange to cover, I wanted to make sure that my bases were properly covered. So I used this pink color to see what would happen, to see how well the pink color covered. Had it really, really thin, so I added a little bit of light gray to help it nudge it along this process. So it did take like 3 coats to cover it and kind of have a nice shade, but I didn't want too many coats of paint. And then I applied the orange, not thinking that it was going to cover it all. And it covered so well. It literally took 3 coats. Just like the yellow on the interior, this took 3 coats to cover, and just 1 extra coat just for some extra neonness. And then I applied some decals to the tail here. I got these decals out of an Edward kit, and that seemed like a good idea to do some checkered pattern for an Air Racer. I think that's more than fitting, and I just love the look of checkered tails. Like, I don't really like the red tail Mustangs. I'm not a huge fan of the red and yellow McDonald's Mustangs, but the one thing I do love about a certain Mustang is a checkered tail, and it's just super sweet. So I just really like doing that. The Edward decals are really nice, very easy to use, and you could peel off the layers, but I just wasn't having good luck with it. I tried it on the bottom, and it was peeling off in areas I didn't like. The fuselage of the aircraft was covered in a metallic blue. Super nice, subtle blue, and I would actually use this on engine exhaust. I would not have a problem with it at all. It doesn't have a lot of sparkle in it. It doesn't have a lot of glitter inside of it, of what I would call it. It's honestly just a nice, smooth, metallic looking blue without a lot of pixelization or anything, and it sprays really, really smooth. For the wings here, I'm doing some D-Day stripes. If you got a World War II airplane, gotta have some D-Day stripes. So I'm using lime green to do them. So it's a little bit different and a little bit of a design choice. But I really just wanted to use this lime color and test it out and see how bright neon it was. And it really is actually pretty neon. After a gloss coat, I could tape that off and then color it the other side of the stripes with black. I also chose to do a stripe along the side of the bottom of the aircraft, as I didn't really do that great of a job as filling the bottom of the scenes, because this is going to be hanging up somewhere in my room. I don't know where. Maybe up on top of my Bigfoot picture, or maybe just right in front of me. I'll stick it in some foam, make it nice and easy. So after peeling off all the tape, I was really concerned about this paint. But you know, it only came off in one area, and I'm pretty sure that one area was the ailerons, as you can see here, but it happened on both sides of the aircraft. So that tells me that that was actually oil left on the wings of the aircraft, and it didn't peel off anywhere else. I was so surprised that none of this paint peeled off anywhere except for the both sides of the ailerons, which it also could be my fault with being heavy-handed with painting. I have a history of that. I typically just blast it onto the airplane, which I know everyone, I get it, but I just have an impatience problem with when it comes to airbrushing. Even when I ripped it off right there, it didn't peel off anything with it on the lime green or the black. So I am like so surprised. At the start of this video, I really did not trust this paint, and after I was peeling off this tape, I was like, okay, I can pretty much do anything with this paint. It dries hard and everything's good. I did gloss coat some areas, but other times I didn't gloss coat it at all. So it really did hold up pretty nicely. And this green is actually looking really sweet. I like the angle of the D-Day stripes. It just changes up the look a little bit. And yeah, I actually really like it. So this is a really intricate process because, you know, I was so worried that it was just going to peel all off, just like the ailerons, but really it did not peel at all, and I could have went faster. So really happy with the way the tape is peeling off of this paint. I was really concerned. It smells weird. Like the paint actually smells way different than what I'm typically used to, which is Vallejo thinner and alcohol based. It's a very different smelling paint. It's a way softer smelling for sure. It doesn't smell nearly as harsh as alcohol based paints. So that's a plus for the paint. Spraying it sprays so nice. Like I thinned it out maybe 50-50, just so, you know, I could push it through the airbrush with getting some good coverage, and that seems to be what it really likes. It likes 50-50, and thinner than that doesn't do much coverage, but you know, I don't mind a paint that goes 50-50, and like I said, it's thinner than Vallejo paint when applying it with a brush. So, you know, 50-50 color. So now we're moving into some other colors here. So I really liked the yellow look, and I liked the red on top, the purplish on top of the blue and the yellow, and so I opted to just kind of glaze this with a red, iridescent red color, and then peel off the stripes. Now I put another star on there, and I think I'm just gonna call it the shooting star, though, because it has one star on it. There's no numbers, so I didn't really have any decals for numbers. I didn't really want to ruin what I had going on here, but as you can see, it's a pretty cool color scheme. I really like it. Putting that red over top the blue actually turned it into like a purple. Purple and green always usually goes together, like the Hulk. And just a super fun project. So guys, so please subscribe. This is an abnormal video. So please subscribe. You'll get to see some real warbirds. And please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate every single view, every single subscriber. Chat with you guys all the time on here. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions. There is going to be a link that you can click down below in the description, and you can click that link and pick up yourself anything from Let's Resin. Now, Let's Resin offers a number of different items. They have resin, they have stuff for us modelers. Check out at least give them a check out of their website. I think this paint deserves them a visit, and if you do that, it helps out the channel so much. It not only just brings in some extra revenue so I can keep building models for you guys, it also helps that company too, and that's the whole goal for this sponsorship. So I just want to thank them. They're an awesome company. They're super quick to respond, and they help me out so much with this process also. So just give them a check out. They're worth a visit, at least to their online store, and I visited itself too, and they have a whole bunch of stuff. It's actually pretty exciting. I'm going to be ordering a whole bunch of stuff from them to do resin projects and different things. So they have a lot to offer. So definitely check that out. But also subscribe, also like the video, also comment down below if you had a Reno Air Racer. Would you pick dirt bike themes as well? Let me know in the comments if you like dirt bikes too. I just like dirt bikes. I haven't ever ridden one, well, but it's been a while. But anyways, let me know in the comments. Now I'm doing this, the propellers here. I chose to do the square tip propellers instead of like the rounded ones. I don't know the difference. And I covered it with white. This is what you get when you get the white. It's a little bit gray, and it did take a couple coats, but not nearly as much as other whites that I've used. I mean, I think there's 3 coats on here. 3 coats of white over black. It's pretty fascinating how fast this stuff colors. Next, I'm going to do this pink color, and I'm going to just use some blue over that pink to do a nice faded line. I wanted to test like how this basically covers with doing. I'm gonna use this blue and the red and everything and the orange to do oil streaks and fuel streaks. So it's it literally looks so good. So I'm definitely going to be using that in the future. Next, I use this box and I put a piece of foam in it to see if I can put it on a stand, because I was really struggling how to display it with a landing gear up. I had never even attempted an airplane with the landing gear up, but that didn't end up working. Kind of looked terrible, and cardboard doesn't really paint well. So I poked a hole in the bottom and stuck it on a Razor Crest stand that I had just lying around. So basically just poked a hole in the bottom, super simple, just so I could photograph it. Later in the video, I find a different spot for it because I actually needed that Razor Crest stand for my Razor Crest. I fixed the bottom with a little bit of black, and that seemed to match good enough since it was going to be literally sticking on a stick. And you can't see this part if it's over. So the main point of this video was just to go over these paints. I got to use 5 or 6 different, 10 different colors from the paint line. Every single one worked great. And I can't say enough good things about the paint line, actually. So it turned out really, really cool. Cool stripes, cool concept. And honestly, they challenged me to do something really out of the box, and I appreciate them for it. Yeah, like I said, they didn't say to do like anything that was negative or positive. They didn't say to feature anything. They just said paint an airplane, and that's what I did. And I couldn't be happier to have this paint in my line because it's so simple to use. Mix it 50-50 and pop it in your airbrush, spray it, clean it. Also, your typical Tamiya cleaner will also clean it out pretty well too. So I wouldn't thin it with it, but it does clean out your airbrush pretty nicely. Their thinner works pretty good too. They have black primer, gray primer, and of course the assortment of colors that you see here. I used quite a bit. The iridescent blue, you know, the greens, the purples, the pinks. So I used quite a bit of different colors. It was tough to figure out exactly where to put the colors, but I figured it out in the end. And guys, thank you guys so much again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this just maybe inspires you to do something a little bit different in your model bench. We get so stuck in these Army colors, and definitely go check out Let's Resin today. Give their site a chance. They gave me a chance to do a video for them, so that's worth it for all you guys to go check out their stuff. They have got a bunch of different stuff, and it's super cool. It's right up our alley. And comment down below if you like this build, if you like the color scheme, if you like dirt bikes, if you like mountain biking. Comment down below, chat, and I'll get on there soon. So thank you guys so much again for watching. Enjoy the rest of the pictures.